Are we recording? Alright, we're recording. Okay, how to remove a hand from a photo. I'm sure plenty of ways, different methods you could do this, but I'm going to do this the easy way. Very first thing I'm going to do is try to crop out most of the hand because I don't want to have to deal with too much fixing. So let's say I crop the photo to about there-ish. And yeah, of course we are in Photoshop in case you haven't figured that part out. And then I'm going to go to image, crop, and I'm going to chop out most of it. So look at that. Already an improvement. I just got to get rid of that finger. Oh, this is the easy way. This is the lazy way. This is the lazy way. So what I did it already. Sorry I didn't show you. I did that, but you go to your image that you had imported in here. I skipped like the first steps. Throwing the image in. I'm going to press Control J on the image. It's going to duplicate it. I'm going to take that background and make it not visible just so I can at least start editing this video. Oh, that's not a video, it's a picture. And then the most simplest way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use this clone stamp tool and make it smaller, like maybe that-ish, ziggity that-ish, or this-ish, and like that-ish. Something like that. I don't know. Hold Alt and take a little copy and start, and then take a little copy from this side and kind of mesh it together, and a little copy from there-ish. And look, oh, we just kind of created the landscape. Now I just got to get rid of that finger up in the top there. Simple as pie, right? I'm gonna hold Alt again, take a little snappity shot of that. And then take a little snappity shot of that on a little snappity shot right there, and kind of fudge it in. Doesn't I'm messing it up now. Control Alt Z. I mean, that's already kind of like almost fixed. It just looks weird because the chippity choppity toppity of it looks like duplicated trees. So I just gotta like kind of slap around some, maybe like slap around some additional stuff like that. And kind of looks like we fixed it already. There you have it. And then on top of that, I'm going to throw on one of these curves and like boost up some brights a little bit. Maybe crunch a little of the darks, and then if we were to compare off, on, it gives it a little more punch. You know what I mean? A little bit of hue and saturation, and then we could just crank it all the way up. Like, no, we could just take it all out. No, we could just, boost it just like a little bit. And what do you think about them apples? Them bananas. Banapples. Or banapples or apple nanas or banapple nanos. That's a combination of apples and bananas. So this just pops the grass and the color, the saturation a little more. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Oh, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I did held a hot the filters and sharpen, unsharp mask. And if we zoom in a little bit here, and this adorable baby's face, and we can just, if we take off the preview, we make our radius a little higher, make our amount a little higher, and slap back on the preview. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It just gives it a little more punchiness. On, off, on, zoom out, hit OK. And look what we have there, all tippity top shape. Okay, so now I'm going to save this as Mexican Mason, and we'll do save, and then we'll come here and we just saved that as a Photoshop document, and then we'll save it again as a JPEG, and we'll hit OK on that, and we'll have it max quality. It's gonna be 11 megabytes. 11.1 to be precise. And then we'll do that, and then after that, the other thing we can do is see if we can possibly slap on, oh, that's my email, we can't be showing that, slap on a fake mustache Spelled that completely wrong. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A mustache. And maybe like, oh, and we'll just do like P and G. Like that. Is this one see-through? No. Like this. Gotta find a fake mustache. This one. How's that? And is that Mexican enough? Let me see. We're trying to match this one. And what we have is that. Pretty much. Pretty good. Okay, so I'm assuming this will be transparent. I'm going to save image as. And it'll take about 3 years to save because that's how Windows 10 does it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Desktop, I'm going to save it. It is a PNG. Hopefully it will be transparent. We'll throw it in there. Oh, it's not transparent. What do you know? Fail. Fail. Let's try. We can make it transparent, but I just want to find one that is, if possible. We're spending too much time here doing this now. This is taking too long. We didn't want this to take so long, did we? We wanted it to be fast and efficient. How about this one? Let's see if that's Jippity JPEG, PNG rather. Save image as. No, it's a JPEG. Stop with the false advertising, okay? Stop labeling it as one thing and it being not another, being another, if you know what I mean. This one, no. This is too fake looking. All right, you know what? Let's just take the one we had and see if we can make it. Let me just see if we can get rid of all that. Take this magical tool here. Actually, I'm going to crank this up to like 100, and then delete all that. Oh, it's not going to let me delete it. I got to right click and rasterize the layer and then delete it. And then make everything nice and big, and then click on that tool, and then click enter or escape, or I don't know what I just did. Click that, click this, click that, there it is. Click this, click Control T, grab Shift, shrink it down, see if we could slap the mustache on the baby. Zoom back in, move on in, rotate it, shrink it, slap it on right there, rotate it some more. Does he look Mexican? Shrink it down some more, put it right there, hit enter, slap it on, grab this tool, make some outline around that, click there, hit delete, click this, click that, zoom out. I don't know, it's a choppy bushy mustache. What do you guys think? A little too bushy? A little too bushy. What we can do is, let me shrink it just a little more because it's like going onto his cheek there. We don't want that. We want it going around his lip. So we'll do that. Right about there is kind of looking good. Let's turn it a little more. Slap it on there. Hit Control J to duplicate it and Control J to duplicate it. I'm trying to make it thicker. Thicker's not working. That didn't really work out the way I wanted to. I'll delete those. Let's I don't know, let's try to like outline it with a stroke a little bit. We'll match that. Oh, that's a little too fake looking. We'll match the color, and it still looks really fake, so we'll put it on the inside. Oh, that fattened it up a little bit, didn't it? See, take that out, take that in. Oh, look at that. Fatten it up a little bushiness. Hit OK. I do want to shrink it just a little more because it's like up in his nose. I want to turn it a little bit more because this side is up on his lip too much. I have to make these minor adjustments. Shrink it in a little more. Turn it this way, turn it that way, turn it this way, turn it that way. And shrink it in a little more. Hit enter. And then maybe put like a drop shadow. I don't know about that, but if we do, we'll have to match the color. and that kind of like blends it in just a little bit with his. It doesn't look as choppy. The drop shadow is gonna have to be like this, a little less spread. If we put it off, on, it's a little too much. We'll bring down the opacity. This kind of looks weird, but just like a little bit like that maybe. And just play with these tools just a tiny bit. This is off, this is on, off, on, just makes it blend in a little better. We'll take that mustache itself and throw on like, I don't know, maybe like a blur tool somewhere. There's got to be a blur tool somewhere. The blur tool is right there, and then we can just like blur it a little bit so it doesn't look as, it kind of blends in more the photo. If we zoom out, let me go back to that picture that I had open over here. That's a full stash. That one's a stash with a little bit of. Here, what we can do is come back in here and take that little clone tool we were using before and shrink it down just a little bit smaller, and maybe hold Alt and clone and just kind of fill in a little bit of that so the mustache connects, so we don't have the break in it. Fill in the little patchy spots, and I think we're pretty good there. He's got his stash on, and then we'll name that one as, save as Mexican Mason with a stash, and we'll spell stash like that, and save it and crank that one out, and then we'll just pass that on to our client who hired us for this lovely job. And we have gone 12 minutes. That's way too long. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, do all that fun stuff that you do. Turn on the notifications. Subscribe to all my channels. They're everywhere. Just find them. All right. Bye.